I stopped at a bunch of garage sales this weekend and ended up maybe doing better with the stuff I got for free than the stuff I actually paid for. Hello and welcome to Quarter Flips. I'm Dave, this is my channel. Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. I'm going to talk about garage sales that I went to kind of unexpectedly over this last weekend, but I thought before I got into that, I would talk about a few sales that I had just over the last week since the last video that were a little bit interesting. It's not everything, but it's just a few of the items that I kind of wanted to highlight. So I'm going to throw those up here. The first couple, these are Discogs sales. I haven't had a lot of Discogs activity in the last, everything's kind of gone downhill with Discogs, it seems like, the last year or so. But every once in a while, there's still a good sale or two on there. I sold 2 CDs on there that I wanted to talk about. Songs of Love and Hate by the band Godflesh. That went for $9.99. And Liburnum by a band called Moss Icon. That one went for $15.99. Both of these were CDs. Both of these were shipping on top. Everything I do is shipping on top, so all the numbers I talk about from here on out. And moving on to eBay, I sold some miniatures. Haven't done as many miniature sales lately because I just haven't had as many, but a couple of them that have been up for a while went. First one is this Grenadier Samurai Ogre, went for $8.99. And then these Ralpartha clay golems went for $9.99. And of course, I sold some DVDs, including a couple of DVDs that I've included somewhere in the last few videos. The best of all of these DVDs was I sold this copy, brand new sealed copy of season 3 of the show New Girl. That sold for $54.99. That's one you want to be on the lookout for. So let's move off that and talk about garage sales. So I was not planning on doing any garage sales. I was heading out for work on Friday and I took a look at Craigslist and there didn't seem to be anything on there that I would be interested in. I did a search for garage sales and then within that search for DVDs. Nothing was coming up kind of either way. So I thought, well, maybe there's just not a lot going on. We're not always that big on Friday garage sales around here anyway. It's usually more the weekends. And to be honest, it's real hit or miss around here. So I went out, I'm doing my job, making deliveries, and everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing garage sale signs. Just neighborhoods with multiple sales in them. They're all over the place. And I realized these people are just not putting their listings up on Craigslist. They're just having the sales, throwing the signs out and putting stuff in their front yard saying, let's do this. So after a couple hours of seeing all these signs, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to stop in and see what I can find at these places. I didn't have my GoPro because I wasn't planning on doing this. And the last time I did these kind of unexpected garage sales, I got a couple of comments like, hey, you gotta film yourself at these sales. And it's easier to do when I have the GoPro, right? It goes right here. I usually have a hoodie I can zip up. This time I thought I'm gonna try to get you some footage, but I just turned the video on my phone as I walked into these places, and it's a little bit awkward. People really don't like you walking into their house, to their sale at their house with a phone like this filming, so I was just kind of trying to do it on the sly. Didn't get a lot of great footage, but I got a little bit, so I'll try to use it as I can while I go through what I spent and what I got. And really, the thing that surprised me today was how much great free stuff I got, or stuff that was very cheap and was very helpful for the business. In 3 different places, I ran into things that were directly going to be able to be used for my reselling business. And that's awesome. And the first one was at this first sale. As I was walking in, the first thing I noticed were these free bins that they had right up in front. One of the things they had in these free bins were these tile strips. These guys right here, brand new, still sealed. These are Jeffrey Court Emperador rope strips. I don't know, I tried to look these up, couldn't find exactly these, but I found other similar items where people would be selling maybe like 16 of these for like $70. Figure I've got 4 of these here. I don't know how sought after such a thing would be, but I'll bet you that I could get $10 for these, and they were free. So I'll try to put them up for 20, and we'll see if I can get someone to make an offer. And I don't know, someone must be looking for these. I mean, it's a product that is sold, it has a barcode, it has a name, just in the free bin, so I'm not gonna leave it. So the next thing that got me excited was this net they had in this box. Now, I have been looking for netting for quite a while. I need a net, and I went into my local Home Depot and I asked them if they sold net material, and they said no. They said, well, maybe like mosquito netting or something. I said, no, I need net, like, well, you'd like capture someone in. And they said, what do you need net for? And I said, for the trunk of my car. That's not what I need the net for. I have a project that needs a net. This was free. This stuff right here. And, well, let me break away from this real quick and show you what I intend to do with this net. So the thing with the net works like this. Obviously, we have a lot of stuff crammed into our garage. And you'll notice that some of the stuff crammed in here is packing peanuts and bubble wrap and more bubble wrap and more packing peanuts. It's just kind of all around, all over the place. And I've been asked to find a better way to store this stuff. I suggested a net that would go up here in this unused space. If I could have some kind of an area up there that I could just throw the bags of bubble wrap and packing peanuts, that might be a solution. And we even have these bike racks right here. They used to hold a bike. So I thought if I had some net, I could probably string it from there down to there, and it would make a nice place to hold some bubble wrap, because that stuff's light. And now I have this net. Will it work? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so this is clearly going to take more work than I can do tonight, but I think you get the idea. I'm going to need to make a couple of attachments along the far wall there so that the net will curve under, but when it is done, that will hold my bubble wrap. And while it's not complete, here you can get the gist at least. So if that worked, you now know what I needed the net for. If it didn't work, well, I don't know, because I'm filming that later than I'm filming this part. Fingers crossed it worked out. So also at that same sale, they had CDs for 50 cents a piece. And I looked through that. They had DVDs too for $1, but they didn't have anything good. CDs for 50 cents a piece, I ended up grabbing 4. I got ABBA Gold Greatest Hits, 20 Greatest Hits of Hank Williams, the Freddie Fender Collection, and Spyro Gyra, Heart of the Night. I bought all of these because I've had some success selling these artists in the past. These aren't that great, to be honest, but after everything is said and done, these will bring in, after fees, $10. Now, I wasn't even going to go into the next sale that was just down the street, because from the street as I drove by, it didn't look like my kind of thing. But something pulled me in there, and I didn't know what it was at the time, but once I got up there, I realized it was this Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Special Edition for the PlayStation 2. They had $5 on this thing. The case is kind of beat up, but the discs are pristine. This is going to bring me at least $25. So the next spot I stopped in on, they had 25-cent DVDs and CDs. I went through it. I ended up grabbing 4 DVDs, just kind of winging it. Ask the Dusk with Colin Farrell and Salma Hayek. No. Family Bonds, complete first season. I thought, a season of a TV show, this should be something. No. Clueless. This doesn't sell for a lot, but I don't own a copy of Clueless, and I am putting kind of a little DVD collection of certain types of movies. A lot of teen films, a lot of 80s stuff. This isn't 80s, but it kind of fits in the teen film range. I didn't have a copy of it, so I figured for a quarter. Didn't have a copy of it, so I figured for a quarter, I might as well grab that one. And then Bachelor Party. Doesn't sell for a lot. I sold a sealed copy of this one for some pretty good money one time. Used, I'm gonna get $2 or $3 for this. Let's just say 2. CDs I did a little bit better. I got Delench Mob, Gorillas in the Mist. This CD, I think I am going to get, it's a decent condition. I think I'm gonna get $4 for this CD. And then of course they had a copy of Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Fu, The Return. I am not gonna get any money for this CD. All right, ran into this next one. They didn't have any media stuff at all. But right before I left, I found this Shimano fishing reel. This is a TX 2000 FB. It's in very nice condition. Only paid $1 for this, and I'm probably gonna bring in, after everything, 12 bucks on that one. On to the next stop, and this place did not have a lot of the stuff that I normally look for. There was a lot of crafty type stuff and a lot of like crystal mysticism, healing type things here. Not really my bag. I did find this Blues Harmonica Basics instructional DVD. I bought this on a whim. It was $1 and I thought, hey, that might be good. No, it's not. In fact, as near as I can tell, no harmonica instructional DVD is a good buy. Let my loss be your education. Leave harmonica DVDs where they lie. But all is not lost. I found these Wisdom of the Oracle divination cards, brand new in the box. This was $1. This is definitely going to sell, and I think when all said and done, I'm going to bring in $8 on that one. So that makes up a little bit for the harmonica thing. The next spot had a bunch of free boxes right out front, and I was surprised to see brand new DVD cases, empty DVD cases, just like this. Never used, sitting there in a box, totally free. 55 of these came home with me. So again, just an item that's just sitting there for free that I will definitely use. I am constantly taking DVDs that I get at these sales that have crappy cases and putting them into new ones. And there's a cost to that. I mean, you've got to get the new ones somewhere. Well, now the next 55 are totally covered. At the same sale, I found this Michael Flatley Lord of the Dance DVD and this Police Academy First 4 Movies DVD set. These will both sell. They were $1 a piece, and after sales, I'll make $8 on these. And at the last sale, I didn't get any footage at all, unfortunately. This was a sale where they were basically moving out of town and they were just getting rid of everything they had in the house. And one of the things that they had out there on these shelves were boxes and boxes of manila envelopes, like catalog envelopes. Different sizes, 9 by 12 and 10 by 13. And these boxes were $1 a piece. There were 5 boxes that had envelopes in them, but they were moving and they were clearing out and they said everything was half off. So I ended up buying 5 boxes of these envelopes for 50 cents a piece. Now the boxes were open. Not every one of them was full. In the end, I counted them up. I got 574 envelopes for that $2.50, less than half a penny a piece. And that many envelopes is gonna last me for a long time. So again, that's not free, but that's a really super good deal. The third part of the day that actually is just gonna benefit my business. So on that end, I was very, very happy. I think I did better with the free stuff in the envelopes than I did with the stuff that I bought that I'm actually gonna sell. But let's calculate that all up and see. Well, I think I actually have it on the screen here already. That was my plan. I spent $15, and if I get the numbers that I think I'm gonna get, and I lowballed these. In some cases, I might get a little bit more. So with the lowball number, I'm thinking I'm gonna bring in $79 in sales. So $64 is what I'm gonna make, and I will still have the net, I will still have the DVD cases, and I will still have all these envelopes. So I don't know, I think that's a pretty good day for stops that I'm doing in between stops on my delivery job. I would do this again. I'm gonna try to do this all summer. We'll see how it works out. I don't think I'm gonna make a video every time, but if I find any particularly good scores, I'm gonna let you know. Okay, so thank you very much for coming along on this with me. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.